Welcome back. I thought I'd do a little bit of a mixture of video here, a mixture and updates on the van and the preparation towards the first little track day trial with the car. So I'll go through some of the bits that I've changed from the van onto the ST, sort of free little fixes, and also some of the prep that I've been doing for the track day as well on the ST. So one of the first things I wanted to do to prep the car for the track day was to swap out the wheels from the van onto the ST. They are ST alloys on the van, and that was why I did buy the van in the first place, because I found out, hadn't noticed up until now, that the back tyres on this ST are slightly the wrong size for the car. That isn't a problem generally, but what had happened is one particular tyre on the car had really started to crack. And obviously with them being a matching pair of the wrong size, I was unable to swap just one wheel or one tyre. It would have meant changing both, which is why it made it worth getting the van to have sort of two replacements on the car and two spares. Obviously going forward, I'll have two other alloys as well spare for the future if I want to put tyres on them. Worth saying, obviously, on the ST, the brakes are very poor, as in they work well, but they are quite rusty. Still, they are cleaning up. There's loads of pad on them, and the discs were actually new before it was laid up. It's just that the surface rust has come back with them being stood for so long. The tyres are also budgets all round. However, what I wanted to do was, the track day I'm booked into is just for 3 hours, so realistically I'm probably only going to get 45 minutes on the track across those 3 hours. So it was more about seeing whether I enjoyed the track day to start off with, and also how the car stood up, if it was going to be any good or not. So if it is, then I suppose in the future the first things I'm going to look at spending any money on is some reasonable tyres and obviously some brakes, probably just standard because they are good enough at the moment, but things like upgrading the brake fluid, making sure, you know, fitting new discs or slightly more fast road discs and pads, things like that as we go along. But yeah, first job, swap out the wheels. So I ran into my first problem while trying to swap the wheels. The locking wheel nut has actually just crumbled, and I'll include a clip of that. So I've had to book someone in to come and take off all 4 locking wheel nuts, because they have an outer spinning casing that my remover won't tackle, and I don't really want to risk, it's too close to the track day to risk attempting to get them out myself and failing. So I'll come back once I've had them taken out. So I've had the company out to remove the locking wheel nuts now, so it cost me 120 quid, including calling them out. I could have took it down to them, but with the way the tyre was, I didn't want to drive it any further. So they've come out, they haven't damaged the wheels, although the wheels aren't in the best of conditions anyway, but it was absolutely perfect service, so that's great. So managed to start swapping the wheels over, so I'll show you that now. One thing I'd noticed on the van was that the passenger wing mirror had some paint on the mirror cap, and I thought, oh, obviously the mirror cap's been replaced, or the mirror has, and it's been painted. It also has like a little etch sticker for an ST, and I thought, well, if that's for an ST, then, or from an ST, or particularly, it might be electric, and it might swap with the one I've got that's not working fully. So I'll show you what I found as soon as I looked inside. So obviously the van should have manual mirrors, but obviously this one isn't manual, so I'm going to take it off and I'm going to put it on the other one and see whether I can get another free fix. Join us back when I've tested it on the other car. So I've just plugged in the other mirror inside the car before I take the original one off the car, just to see what would happen. I'm just going to show you now when I lock it and when I open it. So as suspected, this is likely off an ST, being red underneath and obviously electric. But yeah, nice little free fix. One of the other items I was missing was just this little cover in here, but obviously while I've got the van there, I've took that as well. I've also swapped the sound deadening over from the van as well, because mine was missing. I am still missing a couple of clips for it, but I'll get those next time I go to a scrapyard. So that's virtually all the track preparation that I'm going to do for now. Still a little bit unsure as which route the van's going to go, as to whether it'll be sold as a whole van or whether I will break it, but I'll update that in a future video. From a point of view of the track day prep, obviously I did the full service on the car and all the fluids were checked or replaced. I will be taking spare fluids with us in case obviously it uses any oil or, you know, any other issues that it runs into, just so that I'm ready for the track day. And then obviously next video should hopefully be on the track day and a bit of feedback on whether on the track day itself and on the car, and maybe then I'll be able to decide where the future is for this car as to what I'm going to do with it. But that's going to be it for this video. So like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.